And as I told y'all yesterday here on Truth to Power, I had some stuff coming up for you today, and I told you I was going to be joined by the Milwaukee Brewers, and I am so excited right now to be joined by Rick Schlesinger, the President of Business Operations for the Milwaukee Brewers. Rick has been a mainstay with the Milwaukee Brewers for so long and in the community, enhancing our experience and watching this baseball team we love continue to grow and impact the community. How you doing today, Rick?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
No, absolutely. Thanks for taking time. I know it's a very, very busy schedule that you have, but I absolutely wanted to have you jump on and talk about everything going on. And with opening day for the Brewers, they had their first game yesterday against the Yankees. We'll bounce back, but they have their home opener Monday, March 31st. That's coming up here in a couple days. What should fans expect as we celebrate opening day? You can hear that game on not only ESPN Milwaukee, not only 620 WTMJ, but also right here on 101.7 The Truth for our TraumaCast. What should fans expect on Monday when they go out to the ballpark to support our Milwaukee Brewers?
Well, the good news is we have a roof and it'll be closed because I think the weather report is talking about some snow in the morning, so it's nice to have a climate-controlled environment. It'll be very comfortable, 67 degrees inside, full house. Obviously, this is the first season without Bob Uecker, so we're going to do a number of tributes to Bob on opening day, including a moment of silence, special video. We're going to have his signature cut out in the outfield grass. We have some special Bob Uecker retail items, a portion of the proceeds going to Bob's favorite charities. We're going to have members of the important charities, Wounded Warriors and ALS, Bob's favorite charities. They're going to throw up first pitches. And again, it's weird to think we're not going to have Bob, but we're going to try to honor his legacy as best we can. Later next week or the week after, we're going to announce a celebration of life event where all the fans can come before a game, and we'll have a tremendous celebration. But opening day is a special day in Milwaukee, and it's going to be exciting. I'm in New York right now watching us play, but it's going to be very exciting to see all the fans and get some home cooking on Monday against the Royals.
I love it. Get some home cooking. You talked about Bob Uecker, the legendary broadcaster for Milwaukee Brewers, Mr. Baseball himself, and celebrating the legacy. And just getting your personal, thoughts, because I understand that Bob played a major impact in your role as you've been with the Milwaukee Brewers for a very long time. Can you just talk about the impact that Bob had, talking about just off the field being encouraging and positive to the team, but also just people around him?
Yeah, Bob was one of those guys who he was a celebrity, he was a national figure, but he never lost sight of his roots. He's a Milwaukee guy, and he really cared about people. A lot of times, people who have a great public image, they may be different in private. Bob, I will tell you, was exactly the same, both publicly and privately. He cared about people. He was humble. He was self-deprecating. He was a good listener. He was a great storyteller, but he also was a great listener. Bob has a reputation for some of the best stories in baseball, but the man listened. And if you had a question or an issue, he was there for you. He had incredible empathy, just a tremendous, decent human being who, despite all the accolades, all the honors, all the celebrities who wanted to be his friend, he cared about the average Joe, and he was an average Joe. And it's just going to be hard to think he's not around because he was such a part of the fabric of this ball club and the whole state. And, he really is the iconic voice and personality of this team. And, we're not going to be able to fully honor him as well as he should be because you can't honor a legend like that, but we're going to do our best. And I miss him a lot.
No, absolutely. And one thing I talked about when he did pass away is the fact that he was part of so many people's childhoods and the voice of the summer and baseball. And I just remember as a kid, Rick, sitting at my grandparents' house with my grandpa having the TV on, I believe it was Channel 24 at the time or Channel 18 that, on regular TV. He was watching the Brewer game but had the volume down and had the radio sitting in his chair with Bob Uecker's voice. And I just remember that as a kid. So that was a great memory. And I even had the opportunity when I did some engineering here at Good Karma Brands where Bob Uecker, he says everybody that contributed to the broadcast, and he actually said my name, and I was like, man, that's crazy how that's full circle. So he's impacted so many people's lives, and thanks for sharing your thoughts about Bob Uecker as we're joined by Rick Schlesinger, the President of Business Operations for the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, Rick, fans will find at American Family Field, they will find a lot of new features this year, and American Family Field was named one of the top 10 stadiums in baseball. Can you talk about some of the new features people should expect with the experience at American Family Field this year?
Absolutely. First of all, at two of our gates, we have go-ahead entry, which is a new facial authentication system that Major League Baseball has put together. And for those fans who want to opt into this technology, they basically take a selfie and send it to the ballpark app. The ballpark app is where everybody's tickets get located, so most fans are very familiar with it. And what happens is then you can go into those gates, and the system will recognize you and pair you with the tickets. So you don't have to show your phone. You don't have to show your tickets. It's faster ingress into the ballpark. It's seamless. It's easy. And it's worked in several other ballparks in the last year or two and had great success. So that's kind of fun for fans who want to opt in and want to get in the ballpark faster. Once you're in the ballpark, I'm encouraging people to go to the loge level, the second level, and go to left field where you have the food truck alley. Sort of a good companion to the 3rd Street Market Hall where your radio site is located.
Yes.
And it's a great opportunity to have the best of food trucks in Milwaukee. So we're going to have gelato, tacos, and steak sandwiches, and Italian food. Again, if you want your broths and your beer, you'll get that too. But if you want some cool cuisine that's authentic, that's local, go to the food truck alley.
I absolutely love that local food in a food truck alley. That is something that I really, really do enjoy. And also, Rick, I want to ask you, I got a couple more questions here for you. There's a new way to watch games this year. I know there's going to be some local programming and network TV for Milwaukee Brewers games this year, but can you talk to fans about FanDuel Sports Network and also the partnership you have with some of the local news stations here where people can actually enjoy and watch Brewers baseball?
Absolutely. So we have partnered with FanDuel, which is formerly Bally Sports. So the best thing about that is the continuity. So all of our fans last year who watched the Brewers on cable and satellite will have the same experience this year, the same high-quality, high-tech entertainment on their same cable and satellite channels. So that's good for the fans because, we want to make sure it's easy for fans to find the Brewers and watch live games. So we'll have 147 live Brewers games. And also the rest of the games will be on regional and national platforms. So all 162 broadcasts will be available. We also partnered with Fox 6 in the Milwaukee area to broadcast 10 games on over-the-air, so it's free television. If some fans don't have cable, don't want to buy the streaming service, or otherwise don't have access to satellite or cable, they can watch every Tuesday. They can watch Brewers games on Fox 6 in the local market, which is kind of fun for us because you referenced Channel 18 in the old days. It's sort of like going a little bit old school.
Yes,
where you get the Brewers on free over-the-air stations. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, it absolutely is, Rick. We are speaking with Rick Schlesinger, the president of business operations with the Milwaukee Brewers, Rick. And I got to know, so I got a goodie bag today from the Milwaukee Brewers, and it's like Santa Claus coming by, and I got to know, who is the mastermind behind all the great theme nights and giveaways that you all have? You have 17 new items for giveaways and T-shirts this year. You have 9 theme nights as well. And so I just want to know, I got it right here on our stream. You can go to our stream at 1017 The Truth. This is mine. The one y'all see right here, this is mine. But can you tell me about just some of the great giveaways you all have this year for our fans to enjoy as well?
Yeah, so we owe it to our marketing and our promotions people and our sponsor people for coming up with some great ideas. And yeah, we have a full slate of giveaways. We've got theme nights where you can, if you're a fan of Harry Potter, if you're a fan of Lucy and Snoopy and all those characters, you can get special items related to those themes. We also have bobbleheads, Pat Murphy, Christian Yelich. We've got a cribbage board giveaway. We've got a lot of apparel that we're giving away. So, for example, this Saturday, when we play the Reds, we're going to have a long sleeve hoodie giveaway. So, yeah, a lot of fun items, and the variety is good things because some people will like one thing and not the other, but we're going to find something good for everybody.
Thank you so much, Rick. And lastly, can you just tell fans where they can go to get tickets? I know the home opener coming up on Monday. There's limited tickets still available, but can you just tell fans where they can go to always go and support and buy tickets to our home local team, the Milwaukee Brewers?
Thanks. The easiest, simplest way is brewers.com. Go on, and there's a few clicks to get tickets, and it's very seamless. There's interactive maps to show you exactly where your seats would be located. You push a few buttons, and you can buy the tickets. We also obviously have the box office open during the week. People can go in the old school way and wait in line and go to the box office. We also can do by phone, 414-902-4000. So a lot of good ways to get tickets.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for joining us here today. That is Rick Schlesinger, the president of business operations for the Milwaukee Brewers. Go Brewers, and make sure you go and support them. But thanks for joining us here today, and let's get some victories out of New York.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, thanks to Rick Schlesinger for joining us here today. I appreciate it. And the one thing I love is I love because they send us a goodie bag with an opportunity to, for fans to get excited about it. And I know, the history of black people in baseball is something we love, but going to a baseball game and tailgating is something that cannot be replicated. I'm telling y'all, when you drive past on the freeway past AmFam Field and you just smell them hot dogs. Look at Ben jealous. Ben mad. Ben said, I got all the good. I got all the good.
Go ahead, Ben. Go ahead, Ben. You know what to do.
What can I say? Wait a minute now. What's good? I mean,
you get this too.
I mean, we sharing everything. I'm telling y'all, Ben that came in
what
the studio.
What size is that?
My size.
That's crazy, Truth Nation. Kyle out here, he got all the goodies. He got the goodie bag, and is that
tote bag and everything?
Was the tote bag designed specifically for you?
I mean, what can I say?
It looks recyclable.
Yeah, what can I say? The Milwaukee Brewers hooked me up, but also y'all can be hooked up too. If y'all want to get one of these great pullovers I'm telling y'all this right now. This pullover right here, I got one of these years ago, and I love it.
So you don't need that one.
Yes, I do. This is a different material. This material better. This is the light material, right? The breathe easy material.
That is the breathe easy material. Especially if you're a musty individual.
I can get musty sometimes. I work hard around this mug, and so don't you do that.
We know.
We know. I don't get no musty. But
with them dreads, I know your head get hot.
The summer months be a little bit hot. It be a little bit. I was looking at the weather today, like, dang, it's gonna be hot today. But I'm telling y'all this right now, it's so fun being able to go out and hang out with the Milwaukee Brewers and go into a game, getting some people together. So definitely support the Milwaukee Brewers because they support us. So definitely go and visit Brewers.com/tickets if you want to get tickets to go to opening day or any Brewers game or see any of the great items that they'll be giving away at Milwaukee Brewers games. And one thing I love, they always have Negro League night as well to celebrate the legacy of black players. But again, 833-212-1017, that's the Truth Talk to text line. When we come back on the other side, we're going to get into some meat and potatoes of the day. I'm going to encourage you to vote, but also we're going to talk about some vocational training that could be coming to the Wisconsin prison system. So keep it locked. You're listening to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. We'll have more conversation on the other side.
Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace returns after this on 1017 The Truth.